All right, guys, we're about to get this match started between Ernesto Dominguez and Jaynard Orque at the Mezz West State Tour stop number 3 in Fresno, California at Diamond Billiards. And I'm sitting here with Steve Chaplin, creator of Virtual Pool 4. And the Mezz West State Tour is sponsored also in part by Virtual Pool 4. Check out Virtual Pool 4 online today. You can simply go to Solaris.com or vponline.solaris.com. More links will be posted in the future as we move along in our events on the Mezz West State Tour. And we're about to get this match. I actually have Steve Chaplin sitting here with me right now. We're about to get this match started between Ernesto Dominguez and Jaynard Orque. Now, this is kind of an exciting match, Steve. Tell us why.
Well, 3 weeks ago in Sacramento, Jaynard double-dipped Ernesto, which means that Ernesto was in a hot seat. Jaynard was the winner from the losers bracket. And in this tour, they don't do a single final. It means the winner of the losers bracket, Jaynard, had to beat Ernesto twice to win. So they actually played 2 matches and Jaynard won both, which is called double dipping.
Jaynard, you go to 8, right? Okay. So this is a 1-game spot being given to Jaynard. So it'll be a race to 9 and Jaynard gets 1 game. So the score will already be 1-0. Jaynard in the lead. First break of the match. Ernesto breaks dry.
Ernesto's one of my favorite players to watch. He's so relaxed at the table. I love his attitude and how he plays. Got tremendous respect for him. Super player.
Yes, I do too. And he's just, his demeanor is his behavior at the table, sportsmanship, and not to mention his skill.
Yeah.
And knowledge, Well,
I mean, in the 90s, he was, one of the best players. He was ranked consistently in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I think he's 58 or 59 now, but he still plays real strong.
Yes, he does. I mean, he came in the finals at the very last Mezz West State Tour stop with this individual playing now, Jaynard Orque. So, once again, a reminder, this is a grudge match.
Yeah, Jaynard's been playing well.
And Jaynard, just opened with a fabulous cut on that 1 ball.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how much trouble these guys have with this table.
He's got to get in the balls a little bit, doesn't he?
He'll probably just bump the 8. Okay, he just went by it. That's fine too.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shot you almost can't lose unless you hit the wrong side of the 8 ball. If you hit on the high side, then you could hook yourself.
Yeah, you hit the 8 ball on the wrong side and it sends the cue ball towards the pocket. But he looks okay. And
yeah, he's done all the tough stuff.
He did well to draw that ball a little bit. That was a good shot.
Yeah, he should be out here unless he does something wacky. Yeah, Jaynard's a real solid player.
I had the chance to play him a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago, at California Billiard Club. We played for 3.5 hours and broke even. And now I'm seeing him. I haven't seen him in that long, and now he's winning tournaments.
Yeah, he's playing good.
So
he wins this one, he's going to get moved up to a 9.
Yeah, he already is. He's at number 4 on the Mezz West State Tour ranking list, which you can find on MezzWestStateTour.com. You can find the rankings list. That's a great thing, isn't it? That we have a tour with a ranking system.
I know. I mean, back east, that's just normal. They have so many tourists, but out here, this is great.
It takes us a while to catch on.
I guess.
Here on the West Coast.
Yeah, that's perfect. Oh no, we don't email Steve directly. If you've got problems, you message support. On VPOnline.com, there's a message capability, and just send it to support. Yeah, that's like John Slingblade posted. That is if you want to get any kind of fast response. Because Steve's too busy screwing around like playing pool in Fresno.
Yeah. Steve, you're also an avid hiker and camper, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I love to go up in the backcountry of the High Sierra. Got to get away sometimes.
I think it's very healthy to do that. Guys, I want to apologize to Steve. You know, I had videos of your game, and I encoded them and dropped them into my show, and they crashed my system. So
Yeah.
I've got to work on the encoding specs. Something about the MP4s that you gave me, the codec or something. I just have to look into it. But you know, as we move along in the tour, we'll have a couple of commercials for you. And
I'm going to get you some new videos too.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the online. We actually have video tutorials. Like if you want to learn about the online system, if you go to vponline.support or vponline.solaris.com and you click on support, there's a fact there with a lot of information, and there's also video tutorials.
so you mean like video tutorials about playing the game, the game itself, not the Steve Daking video tutorials?
No, these are video tutorials about, you know, it shows you how to register, how to log in.
Oh, that's great.
How to create rooms to get in, you know, how to sign up for tournaments. And it also, there's a video on how to use the controls and to play the game.
That's awesome. Somebody asked a funny question in the chat room. Is it so real that your tip can fall off?
Well,
Or do you have miscues?
we do have miscues, yeah.
You do have miscues, and that's probably like a random generator that you put in there.
No, it's basically if you hit the cue ball too far outside, it's going to miscue.
Oh, all right.
Essentially, if you didn't know this, you can basically hit 5/9 of a radius out from the center. And this isn't just virtual pool. This is on a real cue
You
ball.
mean in real life?
Yeah. Before you're going to miscue, and that varies a little depending on the tip, the
And
chalk,
the-
how hard you're hitting the ball. But it's
The diameter of the shaft.
It's about 5/9. Well, the diameter of the shaft changes visually what you're looking at. It really doesn't change the miscue point.
Cerna in the chat room asking who was the top female for this event. I believe it was Melissa Herndon. She was playing Oscar Dominguez last night, very late. Ooh, Jaynard.
Yeah, that wasn't too well
He
hit.
missed that by at least a whole ball. So Ernesto will come back to the table. And he's already down 2 games in this race to 9. We'll have a safety battle now.
Yeah, this is interesting here. I don't know if Jaynard can get to this with a cue ball, or I think he's just going to stop it behind the 5.
A little kick and stick.
Oh,
he
no,
went for the two.
he was able to get it through there.
Interesting. The problem is what do you do now? I kind of wish, for me, I think I would have just played the kick and stick.
I think he's going to shoot it down here where the 9 ball is. He could go in either corner, but I think he's going to come this way and just roll the cue ball. Yep.
Oh, what a good shot.
Yeah, that was a pretty natural shape, which is, typically if you got a shot where you don't have to do anything but roll it, that's a good shot to shoot. Makes the pocket bigger, and, it's a lot simpler. And now he's good on the 3.
The only problem might be the 6 ball. He might have to play a 6-9 combo, huh?
He's probably going to. I'm sure he wanted to get out a little more. I mean, he could have got there just kind of stunning the ball. I'm sure he wanted a little bit less angle than this. Now, this is where things get wacky, because now that he's a little out of line, he needed to get on that 6-9 real good.
Yeah, he's way out of line, basically. Now he's just, this is up to the pool gods and his judge of speed at this point.
You could even try to run into the 6 here, although I don't think he's going to try to do that, because I think he's just going to hit this with no English using the bridge, and which I don't think it's going to hit the 6 ball. It's going to come wide of it. Yeah, he's probably going to play safer. I mean, he's got to play on the 9, but I don't think that's a good play. I'm guessing he's going to stick the cue behind the 9. Yep, he's going for the guaranteed one.
Question from Estalo in the chat room: is Oscar and Ernesto still playing with those pencil-sized shafts? No, they've switched back up to at least 11 millimeters, right?
Yeah, I think they're playing with... I think Oscar's playing with the Predator. I'm not sure what Ernesto's playing with. He might be playing with a Tiger.
Well, Oscar's sponsored by Mezz now, so...
He might be using a Mezz shaft.
Yeah, I think he is.
Well, that was a heck of a shot Ernesto just played. That was not easy. I bet you could shoot that shot 10 times and not hit it that good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this doesn't look like it's even that easy to hit.
Rail first. Yep. Well, this is tough.
I think he's going to cut this in. I mean, he's got the option of trying to play safer, but I mean, the thing about trying to cut this in is that if you miss it, you're probably safe, because he's going to spin it around, go 2 rails to back up for the 7.
Ernesto's definitely capable of cutting this.
Yeah.
Just kind of sometimes it's a matter of how you're feeling at that moment.
Yeah. If he's not feeling it, he may try to stick the cue behind the 9. Yeah, that's what he did.
So we have a couple of your big supporters in the chat room. One in particular, John Slingblade. Does he work with you, or is he just a loyal fan?
Well, he's a tournament director. I mean, he's helped us out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
he's online a lot, so you know, he's always there helping new people get online, and he loves to play.
Yeah.
He loves to play virtual pool. Pretty good pool player in real life too.
Well, you know, that's what we need sometimes. It seems that the real pool world and the virtual pool world has its share of avid supporters.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's going to fire away at this one. And there's the diamond pocket. I had a shot yesterday on this table, did the exact same thing. That ball was in the jaws of the pocket.
I've been seeing this happen multiple. You know, these balls get frammed. You know,
Yeah.
You know when they say fram.
If you hit the cushion and you've hit the ball hard, it's probably coming out of the pocket. I'm not talking about the cushion outside of it. I'm talking about the actual face of the cushion channel. If you hit in there on these pockets hard, it's usually going to kick it out. And that makes that shot tough because the angle he had, you know, to just hit it clean in the pocket was actually a very small space.
Yeah.
So it makes the pockets real small if you have to hit the ball hard. Unless you're more straight on. That kind of angle, you're usually going to hit the face of the cushion.
You know, I got a question. Can you play straight pool on Virtual Pool 4?
Yeah.
You got 14-1?
We have 14-1, 9-ball, 10-ball, rotation.
So most of the American games.
Yeah, we've got like, I think, 17 or 18 pool games. We've got a bar table, a 9-foot table. We've got a 10-foot table.
Yeah.
And then we've also got pub pool, snooker,
You got
billiards.
one pocket, too.
Play one pocket, yeah. We got some guys online that like to play one pocket.
So Jaynard now will take game 2, which gives him a score of 3-0. Ernesto's going to have to work.
And if you're a pool player and you want to learn to play billiards, you know, we got a lot of people that play like 4-ball billiards or 3-cushion. You know, it's actually pretty popular. A lot of the international players play.
Yeah, that's right. Three cushion. You know, I would use VP4 to play a lot of 3-cushion just to get an understanding of 3-cushion. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll definitely help your pool game learn how to play 3-cushion. Doing on VP is a fun, easy way to do it.
Ernesto now trailing by 3 games in a race to 9. It's 3-0.
Yeah, things so far have not gone Ernesto's way. He needs to get himself a game here.
And Chris Santana just flashing with his camera.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops.
All right, well, this rack looks pretty good. There's no reason Ernesto shouldn't get out here.
He should get out here. But,
I think the trickiest part here is going to be from the 3 to the 5.
Well,
I think he's okay. He's maybe a little straighter than he wanted, but he should be fine. One nice thing is that 6-ball blocks the scratch, so
yeah,
you know you
that
can't
is
scratch.
True. That was the hard part that I was worried about, is that he would come up too narrow. And look where he is at now.
And that's just from being just a little too straight on that 3 ball.
I think he can get away with this. Hit this good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, a 1/4 inch different, and he may not have had that.
That's what I was saying. Is he was almost too straight on that 3.
Yeah, he was a little too straight.
Good speed there, though. He's on the right side of this ball to stun up for the 8 ball.
Yeah,
he should be good here.
He may have got a little straight here. He's okay. He'll probably shoot the 9 ball back down table. He'll just roll forward and come down table probably. Well, he didn't really have quite that angle. He tried to stun over his shoot down table. He got a little funny, but he's okay.
Just has to back cut this down. He'll be okay.
Yeah, this will be.
Bear down and do it. Don't do anything crazy. He knows what he's doing.
Ernesto, tremendous experience. I've played him a number of times and always had trouble with him.
Race to 9. The score is 3-1 right now, and we have an alternate break format, so it's now Jaynard's break.
Yeah, the alternate break format's it's great because I think it's the fairest way to play pool is alternate the break. You know, nobody can dominate and string a lot of racks on you that way.
It's true.
But, you know, breaking is super important, especially, you know, with this turtle rack. It gives you a pretty consistent rack, and I mean, you've got to make balls on the break and get a shot on the 1 ball. You're playing good players. You're just, you know, you can't afford too many dry breaks or too many breaks where, you know, you lose the opportunity to run out.
So you're favoring the turtle rack? Are you finding that it's easy to work with? And anybody else giving you weird feedback? Or?
I like the turtle rack a lot. I actually like it better than the magic rack. I think the break's not quite as wired as the magic rack and 9 ball.
Right.
And I think in 10 ball it's a little easier to rack. I mean, I've been real happy using it.
That's right, because we have been, this has been a 9 ball event. Most of the Mezz West State Tours, well, about half of them are 10 ball, and this is the first of our 9 ball series. And so I was curious that maybe there'd be some different feedback on the 9 ball aspect of the racking using the turtle rack, but it seems to be favorable.
Well, Jaynard just missed the ball he shouldn't have missed. That could be costly. Yeah, that's one of those kind of mistakes that, you know, at this level, those kind of mistakes are costly. It's probably going to end up costing them the game.
Looks like the 3 goes, no problem.
Whoops. I think it's time to play safe.
Safety being played.
See, that kind of mistake Ernesto just made is a lot less costly than the one that Jaynard made, because Jaynard basically gave up the table. He gave him a shot. This kind of thing, Ernesto made a mistake, but he's still at the table. He's able to play safe, and, you know, he hasn't given up control.
Would that be? Would that constitute what's called a forced error?
What Ernesto just did? Well, I don't know how I don't know how they would consider it stats wise. I mean, to me, that's a mistake, but it's not. It's not a. It's sort of like maybe a quarter or a half a mistake, not a full mistake, like where you miss a ball or play a bad safety. Wow. That was a pretty strong shot there. That one certainly wasn't guaranteed to come out good. Yeah, missing a ball is about the worst thing you can do. Well, scratch is the worst thing you can do. Missing ball is probably second.
Well, we're still engaged here. Safety battle. And Jaynard gets a hit on the 4.
Yeah, it's a good shot. But
a question from Geraldine Thibodeau. How long did it take you from thought to creation of where you're at with Virtual Pool 4? I know that's kind of a two-part answer because you actually started the first version of the game in the 90s.
Yeah, 94. That's a good question. I mean, it was thought about quite a bit over several years. Didn't really start working on it hard until like 2009. And we did both the offline and online at the same time, which really ended up making a long project. I mean, we're just about to launch the online now. So it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tremendous amount of work creating a product like Virtual Pool. Well, Ernesto played a bad safety on a 4, and it looks like it's going to cost him this rack.
I'd like to give a shout out to Lisa Coronado in the audience who just joined us in the chat room. We'll see you in San Francisco. Jaynard just got back up. I don't know what distracted him. I think we got somebody at the bar kind of
Somebody
talking.
at the bar. It could be a bad thought.
Yeah.
But that's a smart thing to do, is to get up and make sure.
So this looks good for Jaynard. I believe the score's 4-1 now.
Yeah, I'm sure Ernesto felt like that was one he let get away.
Yeah. I overheard somebody call him Ernesto this morning.
Well, you know, I knew him as Alonzo.
Alonzo, really?
Yeah, that's one of his middle names. And when he first came here, back in the early 80s, he was going by Alonzo.
Okay. His street name.
Yeah, that was his pool player name back then. He was a good player when he came here. Not as good as he is now, but he was a good player back then. Yep, dry break. I'm not sure if you can see this one ball or not. I'll tell you though, he's got it. If he kicks at it, he can kick it in off the 8. I'm not sure he's going to want to do that, but It looks like it goes off the 8-ball.
He's looking around.
Yeah, he might have to twist this one a little if he wants to try to shoot it in, straight in.
I don't know. I don't know if I like that. You know what I like is a 2-rail kick.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how it feels.
But then again,
well, I mean, the problem with that shot was
we can't really tell 100% what the right shot is when we're sitting here. So
yeah, the problem with the shot he just shot was getting shape on the 2.
it looks like he might have just gotten there with shape on the 2. Boy, he is really in stroke right now. That was a great shot. He avoided the hit on the 9 and didn't come out too far up table. So he's perfectly straight on the 3.
Yeah, he's been playing really well.
And I'm not 100% sure, but I think the 5 does pass the 6 down table for the corner pocket. So,
oh.
And then there's that.
Now, remember what you were saying about unforced error? That's what I call an unforced error.
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing to that shot. All you had to do is stop the cue ball. I mean, it was, yeah. But you know, I mean, all it takes is a little movement, or the Q-tip moves off a little, and it doesn't take much to screw up. I was surprised he hit that hard. Maybe he had it the angle he had, but he would have had a better chance of getting a shot if he came in a 6-ball a little softer. Let's see what kind of game we're going to play here. He may just stick the cue ball right on top of this 5. I mean, from where he's at.
That's not a bad shot to just do that.
Yeah. Well, it puts the onus, if you can get the 5-ball frozen on the rail, then it puts their opponent in a tough
spot. Changes the dynamics
spot.
of that situation, yeah.
Well, it looks like he's going to thin it.
Looks like I think he's left Jaynard a little bit of the 5-ball.
Yeah. Yeah, Jaynard's going to try to stick him on the 7. I mean, this is not it's not a guaranteed shot. I mean, the thing you want to avoid is getting too much 5-ball and then not getting behind the 7 and selling out the shot. The shot's a little touchy. He's really going to try to get behind the 7. Yep, he's going for it, and he's going to sell it out. Yeah,
he was really going for the shot, you think, or do you think he was
trying
to bury it behind the 7?
He was trying to put it behind the 7. That's
such a small target.
Well, you know, it was kind of two things fighting each other, because if he hit a little thinner, then he can't get it behind the 7, so you end up hitting a little thick, and then the 5-ball goes in front of the pocket, and if you don't get it behind the 7, you leave this. I mean, it was one of those shots where it was just going to be tough to get enough 5-ball to get behind the 7 and not sell it out if you didn't.
Well, Ernesto will be happy to be back at the table. A chance to close the gap here on Jaynard, who leads by 3 games already. In a race to 9.
Yeah, I think that was a case of trying to play too good a safe.
I'm sorry, case of what?
trying to play to get a safe. I think it would have been off just thinning the 5 gently and putting up on end rail, and even if he didn't get a hook, I mean, that hook was just too tough to play.
Look what we have here. Look what we have here.
Well, and I think that's just an example of struggling with the table, because that's not the kind of thing Ernesto would do. But this table's a little funny, just wrong line off the rail.
Oh, what a shot that was.
Yep, good shot.
Ooh, Whitey flirted with the side pocket there. And Ernesto will take game 5 of the set. It'll be 4 games to 2. I'm sorry, game 6 of this set.
Does that 4 include the game Jaynard gets on the wire?
Actually, it was game 5, yeah, because Jaynard does get a game on the wire. So thanks for pointing that out to me. And if you're just joining us, this is the Mezz West State Tour, streaming live from Diamond Billiards in Fresno, California. Mezz West State Tour is sponsored by Mezz Hughes, West State Billiards, Zan Tips, Turtle Rack, Marty Carey's Jump Cue, Fast and Loose Designs, and also Virtual Pool 4, celebrating Virtual Pool 4's new online version of the game. And we are here with Steve Chaplin of Virtual Pool 4, hanging out, sweating this match between Jaynard Orque and Ernesto Dominguez at Diamond Billiards in Fresno.
This is going to be a hard-fought match, and I think it's going to end up being pretty close. I don't think anybody's going to dominate on this table. It's, we've already seen a lot of mistakes on it. It's just it's just tough to play on.
Well, we've seen some interesting matches between Jaynard and Ernesto already. Last event, where Jaynard had to double dip Ernesto was up something like 5 games to 2 against Jaynard. Jaynard came back and beat Ernesto 9 games to 6.
Yeah, and
so he caught an incredible gear, and then he had to play another set, and I believe he ended up beating Ernesto 9 games to 3.
Yeah, Jaynard's a very strong player. I think and tournament play is a little different. If these guys were gambling, then I think Ernesto would be the clear favorite. But in a tournament, anything can happen. Wow, he almost drew that right back in the corner pocket. Now this is going to be tough. He's going to have to jack up, and he's going to try to bump the 8 ball here, I think.
Very nice shot. Very nice shot.
Except he hooked himself.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to bump the 8 ball, and the cue ball just got away from him.
That's delayed. That's the actual screen. 250. No, to the live action. Whatever you see on this side, this is just for me to check, our audience and make sure the integrity is if it helps you any all.
I think he's going to have to draw this ball. These shells on this diamond are really deep. Nope. I mean, when the ball gets way down there in the pocket, you can't get to the side rail. You end up having to just try to straight draw the ball back.
Yes.
Well, he didn't hit that good, but he came up with a shot. And the good thing about this, pretty much all he needs to do is make the ball. He's going to have a shot on the 7. Unless he rolls behind the 9 ball.
Well, he played a good shot on the 6 to get here.
Yeah. Well, Ernesto seems to be struggling with his table. He's been out of line a lot so far this match.
Yeah, he hooked himself pretty bad there. Had to kick at the 4-ball and left it in the jaws of the pocket. So Jaynard's just going to capitalize here. And five to two now. Not a huge game lead, though. I mean,
no, I mean, this match is far from over, but you know, Ernesto needs to start playing a little better if he's going to get himself back into this thing. You know, Ernesto's had plenty of opportunities. He just hasn't taken advantage of them. You got to take advantage of your opportunities.
well, you definitely, you have to capitalize, bear down, and don't take anything for granted, you know. But, you know, sometimes you don't get I can't say that Ernesto's not getting any rolls because he's messed himself up a little bit, but
well, Jaynard's missed a couple balls, and you know, Ernesto didn't capitalize. And
nice bank shot.
yeah, well played.
Well, let's see if he can redeem himself.
Yeah,
starting from here.
Exactly. Like from here, you know, Ernesto should get out. There's nothing difficult about this table. Everything's pretty natural. There's no difficult ball to get to. You just, you know, you got to keep yourself in line. And when you're struggling with a table, with the rails or the speed or whatever, that's when, you know, you get out of line when you shouldn't. And that's what's been happening to Ernesto. You know, and here he just did it again. He just got out of line again. He's shaking his head, you know, he's like, he's just struggling.
Yeah, well, we all have those days, don't we, Steve?
You know, I think it's really just a matter of kind of settling with this table a little better. I mean, he could start playing great any second.
Not like VP4. Your stroke's always perfect.
Yeah, but you can struggle in virtual pool too. These guys that play it, they'll tell you, you know, yeah, you can dog it. You can really struggle there too.
Do they have a sandbagging mode?
Yeah, no sandbagging. We do have a handicap system in there, you know, for the tournament. So if you're not the greatest player, you still got a chance because you're gonna get a spot.
Great. What about crybaby mode?
Well, you know, just like real life, there's some crybabies. You know, I mean, you'll get a little bit of crying, or you know, this or that. It's just like being in a real pool room.
Okay. Yeah, railbirds sharking you mode.
Yeah, well, you know, we have spectators. You can go in rooms and watch matches, and
Yeah, all right.
you get the comments from the rail.
And that's the cool thing about the online too, right? I mean, just like if you're going to play Call of Duty or Halo or anything, you can chat with the people you're playing with. Is that correct?
Yeah.
On a headset, and you can talk.
You can use TeamSpeak to chat on the headset, or we have, you know, we have chat, you know, typing chat in both the rooms, and we have a lobby where you can meet people and chat.
That's pretty awesome. That's
There's
very awesome.
Gary B. Yeah, Gary's, you know, Gary plays real life too. He's a good player in real life.
Did Ernesto get out? I didn't see that. Or was that?
That was Ernesto.
I have to remember the alternate break format tends to throw me off sometimes.
It wasn't pretty. Ernesto took easy and made it difficult, but he got out. And at this point, that's all that matters. Yeah, I mean, I know Ernesto's game well. I tell you, he's struggling with the table right now. And he gets it figured out, and he's going to be fine. He just needs to get it figured out pretty quick.
P Fanatic in the chat room saying, Ernesto's scared of Jaynard's hair. Well, I think it's kind of funny, but Ernesto has no fear.
No, and I can second that, man. I've known Ernesto a long time, and believe me, that guy is not afraid to put up his money and gamble.
He's afraid of no way. Yeah, exactly.
He has got.
And his son's doing pretty good following his footsteps.
Yeah,
too.
Oscar's not afraid either. I mean, those guys both have a lot of heart, and they both have a lot of gamble.
By the way, I want to remind you, if you're just joining us too, the final 24 players we are featuring today on this live stream from Diamond Billiards in Fresno, California. And if you'd like to know who those 24 players are, I have posted a quick blog posting from my website into the chat room. You can click on the Final 24 Mezz West State Tour Stop number 3 blog post, and it gives you all the names. I will be updating that post periodically throughout the day, so you can actually go back and check that blog post on my website and get updated with winners and losers of various matches.
Now, I'm a little bit scared of those things that Jaynard's got in his ears. That looks like you catch your cue in it.
It's like a tribal. He's got the pegs going in his ears. He's got some artwork going on his arms.
I'm pretty sure those are big enough that the cue stick would fit in there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that would feel like if you got the cue stuck in there and tripped?
I'm trying to think happy thoughts today, Steve.
Sorry.
Happy thoughts, good times.
I think he's going to play safe here. He can shoot this. I don't think he's gonna, but we'll see. And he did shoot it.
Yeah, that's from when he was hustling pool in Kenya, where he got the.
Okay.
Anyway, I digress.
Okay, well, for you guys out here, the way to shoot this shot, you don't need to spin it or nothing. What angle you get is how much of the ball you take.
Yeah, it's because it's natural.
And that's the way to play that. You take the amount of the one ball to get the angle you want coming back off the end rail. And Ernesto did a pretty good job of that. All right, I think he's probably going to bump the 6 ball here. Yep, and he got it the wrong way. Ow. I'm a little surprised at that. Ernesto plays those kind of shots where he bumps balls really well.
Right.
He got way too far behind the 6 ball, and that's why it ended up shooting straight down the rail like that.
Okay.
I like these custom drink holders you got here.
Thank you. So far, for the last year and a half, they've been working great. Race to 9. 3 games to 5. Jaynard in the lead.
I think this is pretty natural. I think he's going to try to get the 6 ball. Yep. Good shot.
And he plays a very good shot. He bumped the 6 down table, and so
the reason why he hit it that firm was because if he hit it soft, it was going to go behind the 6.
It rolled. Oh, I see. Yeah.
And that way, with a little bit more speed, the cue ball comes a little wider on the angle, and he was able to get 2 rails. And if he would have hit that soft, it would have gone by the 6 ball between it and the long rail.
And he may actually play this 5 rail first, just to pull the cue ball away from the rail. Yep.
Yep, that's exactly what he did.
Very nicely played shot.
And
He's
hit it well.
Pretty straight here on the 6 ball. He's got some angle, and if I were him, I might draw back for the side pocket. But he's looking at the corner. How about you, Steve? What are you comfortable with here in this scenario?
I can't see exact what the angle is. If I could get the cue ball off the rail a couple inches, I'd just get it off the rail and shoot it in the corner. Otherwise, I'd draw it back to the side.
Well, he stumped us both.
Well, I mean, that's fine too. I mean, you just see where he is good. You didn't want to be up against the rail on that shot.
Yeah. He was doing what he could to get away from the rail.
And Jaynard's playing real solid there. So let's see, what's that make it? 6-3?
Yes, sir. 6 games to 3 in a race to 9. Jaynard Orque, who has sort of been consistently giving Ernesto a hell of a challenge.
Yeah, I mean,
in the past few weeks, you know.
Well, he's definitely not afraid of Ernesto. I mean, he's playing like he's competent.
Well, that can be a major part of, you know, the psychological thing you have with certain players.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a good frame of mind, you're usually going to play good.
Well, we'll see what happens. I know that Ernesto is not he's not up to top form right now.
Yeah,
might have to do with playing early in the morning, or it could be maybe this
I think it's the table
for him.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, Ernesto's got 0 give up, and I mean, Jaynard's going to have to keep playing real strong if he's going to win this match, because I know Ernesto. You know, he's not going to give up, and he's probably going to come back.
Well, don't speak too soon, Steve. He has dry broken, and Jaynard has a shot on the 1.
Yeah.
So I don't want to think.
This table's a little tricky. I mean, it's going to be pretty impressive if Jaynard runs out from here. This table's tough. And if you're going to run out, the first thing you got to do is make the 1 ball.
Well, Jaynard's made a total mess of this rack, actually. And if you see also, the 5 and the 6 are pretty close together, too. So I would imagine this rack might actually hit the 5-minute mark.
But if you look up good roll in the dictionary, they have a picture of this. Probably the video.
Okay, I don't know if anybody's called this ball frozen or anything, but it looks frozen. Jaynard's looking at it right now.
I think he's looking to see if it'll go by the 2.
Ernesto Dominguez actually holds the top ranking in the Mezz West State Tour. Jaynard holds the number 4 spot. And so for Jaynard's sake, he's going to want to finish higher than Ernesto in this event.
Oh, is this a winner's bracket match?
This is a winner's side match, yes.
Uh-huh.
It's winner's side in the second round of the winner's side as well.
Well, that shows Jaynard has good eyes. He took a long time looking to see if that went by. I could have spent that long a time looking at it and then smacked the 2-ball because it never would have gone, and I'm too blind to tell. Yeah, he's got trouble. I mean, the 2-3 is tough, the 5-6 is tough. I mean, this, I'm expecting to see more safeties played this rack.
Like I said, we might actually hit the 5-minute mark on this rack.
Yeah, it certainly could happen.
There's still the question of the 5-6.
Jaynard's not too happy with that. I think he left him the edge of the 2. He can certainly kick behind the 2. Yeah, that's what he did.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm not sure if he can cut this on the side or not. It looks like it's pretty steep, but if he can, he's going to run into that 5-6 and clear it out. Yeah, there it is.
Works out good for him. He's got to work hard to get to this 4-ball, but
Yeah.
judging by the way he's hitting, how straight he's hitting these balls, doesn't seem like he is going to have a problem getting up his cue ball up, maybe by the 6-ball for a shot to the side pocket.
Yeah, a lot
Similar
depends on this angle. I think he's got an angle where he's going to go to the end rail.
Once again, taking his time.
You can't tell whether he has which side of the 8-ball he has to go on here. Yeah, he tried to come straight up and he dogged it.
Yeah, I don't think he was comfortable with the shot.
You know, just a little funny on that kind of angle makes that shot a lot tougher.
Oh man, Ernesto got Dominguez.
And you know, on these diamonds, if you hit the rail like that, you know, the shells are deep, the ball wants to hang up. The shells are deep and the pockets are cut where the throat's a little narrower than the outside of the pocket. They got a little angle on them, and they'll hang balls like that. One thing about that kind of shot where you're not hitting it real hard, when you hit the ball easier, it throws more, which means you're going to hit it too thick if you aim the same way as when you're hitting it harder. So when you're hitting it easy, you need to play the shot a little thinner. You can see that in virtual pull. It's real easy to see just by changing the force of the tracking lines on. But that's one of the reasons you'll see people, when they're hitting the ball easy, miss them on the thick side.
I've noticed that also, almost to a magnified degree when I really play snooker.
Right.
Because the balls are smaller.
Right.
Jaynard's going airborne here, or he's going to masse.
I think he's going to hit a masse shot there. And that's the danger of that shot.
He got there, but it followed behind, and Ernesto will take ball in hand.
Now that may seem like bad luck, but that's a very, present danger in that kind of shot with the ball in the pocket. You gotta try not to hit it full. And when you're hitting a Mezz shot like that, it's hard to be accurate. You hit it as good as you can, and then if you hit it full, that's what happens.
Absolutely. Good position.
Yeah, it's not the angle he wanted, but I mean, he's still okay.
He just cinched this in, and oh no, he's gonna go back and forth.
Yeah, he wanted to be where he could bring the cue ball off the long rail, and he just didn't get the ball where he wanted.
Nice, very nice slip stroke style play there.
But this is going to ebb and flow of the game, Jaynard's gotten a few breaks and rolls, and now Ernesto just got one, and he's going to take advantage of it.
Only a 2-game lead now separating Jaynard Orque and Ernesto Dominguez here at Diamond Billiards in Fresno, California. I'm sitting here with Steve Chaplin of Virtual Pool 4. Check out Virtual Pool 4. The online version is now available. You can play for free online right now. You could even toggle between the live stream while playing your favorite Virtual Pool 4 game.
Or actually, you can put them up on the screen at the same time. Have two windows open to stream and play Virtual Pool.
There you go. Have 2 windows open.
I guarantee you that some of the people watching this stream are playing Virtual Pool at the same time right now.
Absolutely. In fact, also a good idea that maybe you can take people's shots that you've watched and try them out yourself on the game.
Yeah. I mean, we got a bunch of guys. Chris Santos, who's Fast and Loose Designs. If you are online, you'll see Fast and Loose. Or Chris Santana, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, he's online. Gary B, he's online. Bacon, he's online.
Yeah, Bacon's been playing it.
He's been playing a lot. John Slingblade.
I think it sort of increases the evolution of it kind of pushes the evolution of the knowledge of the game forward too. Because, that kind of instant feedback that you can create for yourself. You can watch a live stream and set balls up, and practice scenarios. It just proliferates the knowledge so much quicker.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a great tool to learn how to play more. I mean, if you love pool, it's really worth getting involved with Virtual Pool.
Anyway, back to our match here.
Well,
4 games to 6.
The tough thing here is the 4-5, obviously. I mean, it's tied up. Now, when you got this situation, what he's doing here is he's trying to figure out either how he's going to break them out or he's trying to figure out how he's going to play safe. Now, he chose to play safe now, which
safety was a good choice.
Isn't a bad thing to do. But every time you get to the table, you have to figure out, okay, how am I going to win this game? And a lot of times it's not going to be running out. It may be play a shot or two and play safe. You could look to play safe, maybe hit the 3 ball into the 4 or 5 and play safe and break those up. I mean, that's a real strong shot. I mean, it just depends on how the balls are laying, but you always got to look to see how am I gonna win this rack.
Well, Jaynard hit that ball a little thin, and it's going to work out for him.
I think he just got lucky. The thing is, as long as you don't give him ball in hand here, then the way the table's sitting, pretty good chance that he's not going to be able to get out on the next turn. Ernesto didn't get the hook he wanted, but I think he came out okay. This will be interesting to see what he does here, because this situation is a little bit tricky. I think he's got a shot to cut the 2-ball in. I think if he had some kind of safety, he wouldn't shoot the shot. I don't see any easy safety, so he may fire at this, but this is a risky shot to shoot at. I think he's going to play safe. You know, I'm honestly not quite sure what the heck he was trying to do there.
Yeah, but you know what? Just like the last game, we got a weird situation with the 4 and the 5 almost in the same position as the last game with the 5 and the 6.
Yeah, Ernesto.
So I don't see this. I don't see this game ending in 1 inning.
Well, I can tell you he doesn't have a very good angle to try to break this up. I think he's probably going to try to play safe now. I think he's probably going to try to get on and play safe. Yeah, he's just trying to get an angle he can play safe here.
Absolutely.
Well, he caught a piece of the 5-ball, but he still got, looks like he got some sort of safe. He was trying to roll him up and lock the cue on the 5, but the 4 bumped the 5.
Yeah, he wanted to be frozen.
Yeah. But this isn't terrible. I mean, you know, Jaynard's got a chance. I don't know if he can do a kick and stick. I think that's what he's going to try. Yeah, he tried to do the kick and stick, and it didn't work. To hit that kick and stick shot, you got to hit the ball real full. Well, looks like the Mo has sort of gone over to Ernesto right now, you know, I mean, now the rolls are going his way.
Yeah, the what do they say? The worm is turning.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why you just got to stay, you know, focused in the match and not give up, because things can turn around, things can start going your way, and if you're ready to take advantage of it. Ernesto always is.
Oh, come on! I was hoping for a good hiking metaphor from Steve Chaplin over here.
Yeah, don't fall off the mountain.
Don't fall off the. Well, only 1 game separates Jaynard and Ernesto now. It's 6 games to 5, and I gotta tell you, this is probably one of the most exciting matches we've seen for the whole event here at Diamond Billiards, only because of the rivalry that we know. Well, not rivalry, but the history that these guys have had recently, and also the the success story for Jaynard. It's really nice to be able to see somebody come up the ranks like this,
yeah,
and play quality pool with players like Ernesto Dominguez.
It just shows you if you keep working on your game and you try to play the right way, you know, you are going to improve.
And this is the kind of thing that we here at the Mezz West Tour are promoting, is this this quality of play from players who want to get noticed and want to rise up. I got high hopes for Johnny Kang and Bo Runnigan. Bo is still in this, but
playing good.
Johnny has been eliminated. Tang Ho is back and playing a lot more now.
Yeah, Tang's starting to play a lot better.
And it's great to be seeing these players mix it up with the pros. even yourself, Steve.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't consider Tang. Tang may be an 8, but I'd still consider him a pro. I mean, the guy's got a 2nd and a 4th in the U.S. Open. I mean,
he's got pro knowledge as well and experience.
The only reason
that kind of seasoning that really.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason he's an 8 is because he didn't play much pool for a while. But he's starting to play more again, and he's not back 100% to where he was, but he's looking pretty good. I watched him play a match yesterday, and his cue ball's pretty good. But you'll get to see it. It's next match. Isn't Tang playing next match here?
I'm not sure. In fact, I'm going to see if I can get the lovely Geraldine to give me some updates on the second round of today's play and find out who we have streaming next.
Well,
Ernesto creating an early finish to that rack. It's now 6-6.
as promised, looks like this is going to be a fun-filled, exciting match.
It's like I said, I honestly believe this is the best match we've seen from this event so far, and today should be chock full of great matches. I actually really enjoyed Amar Kang's match last night with Geronimo. That was a very good match.
Yeah, Amar's a good player.
You stuck around and sweat that match a little bit, didn't you? Or did you go home?
No, I saw part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, Amar is no pushover. I mean, if he's playing good, he could beat anybody in this thing. Yeah, it looks like another dry break. You know, part of it's these balls they're playing with, because they're using the Centennials, and I played with these balls on this table, and the balls are old, so they don't rack very tight. They're all different sizes, and that's what happens with pool balls when they get old.
Yes, that's true.
They change sizes, know, especially like the one ball and the cue ball. They get worn down a lot, and then when you go to rack them, it's hard not to get gaps.
Yes. And, the one ball in particular is one of those balls that shrink a lot quicker than the rest because it gets hit all the time.
It gets beat on from playing 9-ball and 10-ball. So Ernesto's going to push out. And for those of you that don't know what push out is in typical 9-ball rules, after the break, you're allowed to do what's called a push out. And as long as you don't scratch, your opponent has an option. So Jaynard can shoot this, or he can give it back, and Ernesto has to shoot.
Yes. It's the classic old rollout rule. And they used to play this style of play a lot more before Texas Express came around.
Well, originally in 9-ball, you could push out any time in the game, not just after the break like it is now. If you downloaded Virtual Pool and it said it had a virus, that's what's called a false positive. Virtual Pool doesn't have a virus, at least as long as you downloaded it from Solaris, it doesn't have a virus.
That's right. So if you have malware contained in your file, make sure you get it directly from Solaris.
There's no malware in Virtual Pool.
And not some torrent site.
Yeah, don't get off a torrent site. The crack stuff could be bad, but some of the virus software will give a false positive on Virtual Pool, and it's not an issue. Virus software basically does what's called a heuristic, which is basically educated guessing. It's like saying there's a ring around the moon, it's going to ring around the moon, it's going to rain tomorrow. So it's not that uncommon to see a false positive out of virus software.
I see. Okay, swing and a miss by Jaynard, and the 9-ball's getting kind of close to the corner pocket. And if you can get on the right side of that 2-ball, you might end up with a nice combo scenario. Taking a look at the rest of this rack, that might be what you would want to do. However, look at that shot, and what's it going to be, kids? Oof. You know, that's about the best he could do with what he had.
He may play the carom here.
That 1-ball real nice.
The only thing about this carom is it's not guaranteed.
Billiard to the 5?
Yep. Yep, hit it well.
Very nice shot. Very nice shot.
Ernesto plays those kind of shots very, very well. That one could have been missed. And he gets another cheapie. That's 2 cheap games in a row.
Let's just let them deal with it. We'll figure it out. 6 games to 7. Ernesto now takes the lead after a 5-2 game deficit. What a match we have.
Yeah, the Mo's still in Ernesto's corner. Yeah, a lot of times in 9-ball you get a situation like Jaynard had last game where you need to shoot the ball and it's not that easy a shot and he missed it. And then Ernesto had a shot that wasn't that easy, but he made it. I mean, sometimes you just got to shoot. See if Ernesto can get a ball down. Oh, that was a terrible rack.
He slugged himself.
Well, not only did he slug himself, but look how this thing came out.
Yeah.
I mean, that rack didn't come apart at all.
This isn't easy. I mean, I prefer the billiard here. What about you?
I'd probably shoot the combo. It looks like he's doing neither. He's going to play to the 3. Yeah.
I like the 3-9 combo a lot better.
I think he did that because the combo could have been missed. There was too much cut.
Yeah, you have to cut it perfectly.
Yeah, this ball's... You'd have to hit this really bad to miss this. I don't think he's going to miss this ball. Well, so Jaynard gets a cheapie. That's 3 cheap ones in a row.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's no line on this match anymore. We've got even 7-7 right now in a race to 9. And although Jaynard was spotted 1 game in the beginning of this set, it only makes it that much harder for Ernesto to defeat Jaynard Orque, who double-dipped Ernesto Dominguez at the Mezz West State Tour 2nd stop in Sacramento only a few weeks ago. And here we are at Diamond Billiards in Fresno. It's only a race to 2 from here.
And Jaynard's taking a little more time on this rack, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ernesto took a little more time next time too after the last break he had.
Oh, you know, that last break really was a waste for Ernesto. I mean, that 1 break cost him the game.
Well, I'm actually surprised they're playing with these balls because Oscar and I, we played with them, and partway through the match, Oscar asked me if I wanted to change. And at that point, I was having so much trouble with the table anyways, I just said no. But if we knew that they were going to break like this, we wouldn't have played with them.
Yeah. Well, you know, it does seem a little drier than it was yesterday, too. There's not as much humidity today, it feels. But
Yeah.
It's still early in the day.
You know, that may make the table play a little easier if it's not quite as humid.
Medium speed break coming from Jaynard. It looks dry.
Yeah, it's hard to, you know, with the turtle rack you can hit that break if the balls are tight. When you're having trouble getting the rack tight, it's usually better to hit it hard. And that was pretty much a routine easy save for Ernesto. Well, there's no guarantee Jaynard's going to hit this ball. It's not a guaranteed hit here. I would expect him to, though. Oh, but that's no good. Now what's going to be interesting is to see if Ernesto tries to come up and bump that 3 ball. He's either going to have to bump that 3-9 or he's going to have to shoot the 3 up table in the corner. He's looking to see if it goes right now. I think most of the time you're better off not bumping the balls, but if you were going to bump it, this is a pretty good situation because you're almost guaranteed a shot on the 2. I think if you're going to bump it, you might have wanted to do it a little harder than that. How about left-handed jacked up over a ball?
Well, bridge-handed now.
So I think that was a mistake. I think he should have hit that a little harder. Now it's just going to make it tougher to get good on the 3. You know, he's going to end up near the rail because he couldn't do anything with the cue ball.
Yeah, and the side pocket looks like a tough pocket to go to. Looks like he might have to play for the corner.
I don't know if it goes on the side or not. He's probably playing for the corner.
You know what? That was a great recovery. He's a little funny here on the 4, but if you can just slow roll this in, which makes it harder actually. He could go 2 rails across. Yep, he's going 2 rails.
He's good.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if he got there.
Yeah, I think he's good. And he's got a little bit of angle.
He did get there.
He's going to have to hit this one pretty hard, I think. Good shot.
Up and down table. He needs to slow down here a little.
I think he wants it to go a little.
Slight little bit more angle might have been good, but he needs to stun this.
He's okay.
Center ball stun. That's all he really needs. Maybe a quarter tip of draw. Oh, he went the other way.
It was pretty straight in, I think.
Yeah,
it's just hard to tell from where we are. I think he was just straight enough he had to do that. Yeah, see if he has to go around the table or not. I think he may go around the table. Yep. That's where, you know, you need to learn the angles like that. That's where playing billiards really helps, you know, with the cue ball path. Ernesto's played a lot of billiards. He's a pretty good billiards player.
And you know what? Bravo to Ernesto on that rack because he had to earn it. And this puts Ernesto on the hill. Jaynard needing 2 games. 7-8.
Well, now this is where you know, I'm sure Ernesto's going to take a good look at this rack because he's going to want to get a ball on the break and get a shot on the 1. I mean, he's in control. This is his chance to break and run out and finish this off and not give Jaynard a chance.
Congratulations to Incredible Hulk in the chat room. Says he just hit the 9 on the break on his first rack of 9-ball playing Virtual Pool 4.
Awesome. All right, I only
9
made a
went
ball.
down, and it gets spotted if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, it does get spotted.
The
there.
9-ball does not count anywhere. Is that correct also?
Yeah, it doesn't count anywhere. I'm not sure he's going to have a shot on the 1 ball. Yeah, he can cut it back in the corner. That's
Speaking of the 9 on the break, right?
yeah. Well, that's going to be interesting to see what he does here. This is kind of a tricky situation. He doesn't have that simple of a safety, I don't think, here. But the shot's no gimme either, because what he'd have to do is back cut that 1, take the cue ball off the 9, and then probably off the long rail and back up table, and that's just not a simple shot. I'm sure he'd like to play safe here. He's trying to figure out how the heck to do it.
What about just, well, it looks like the 8-ball's in the way. You know,
Well, he can.
you know what I would do, maybe? I'd play like a two-way shot, play the 1 off the 8, try to play the 1 in the corner.
Well, he back cut it
Oh
and made the 9.
God, what a shot that
Wow.
was, and that ends it. That ends it. Ernesto Dominguez.
Well, I knew the 1 went. I didn't know that he had a shot in the 9 too.
What
he hit
a
that
great
good.
shot that was, guys. That's definitely one for the highlights. And Ernesto Dominguez will move on to the next round. 9 games to 7 against Jaynard Orque. Very, very good match to watch with some swings.
I love watching Ernesto play. He just never gets rattled.
Oh no, he doesn't. He doesn't. And wow, what a match that was. We're going to also toggle over now to Rodrigo Geronimo, who is in a match from the 1-loss side on table 5. And then we're going to get back to a feature match on the mainstream table. You're watching the Mezz West State Tour. I want to thank Steve Chaplin for spending some time with us in the box and talking about his game, Virtual Pool 4. Want to thank Steve Chaplin for committing to sponsorship with us on the Mezz West State Tour, sponsored by Mezz Cues, Marty Carey's Jump Cue, West State Billiards, Turtle Rack, Zan Tips, and also Virtual Pool 4. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you real soon at Plush Pocket as well.
Yeah, I'll be playing the next event. I'm trying to play all of them. That's coming up in a couple weeks.
That's
a little
right. We'll
later
be
this month.
Streaming live
Yeah.
in Northridge. That'll be a shorter drive for you.
Yeah, about 5 miles.
Yeah, exactly. So stick around, guys. We're going to have another match real quick. We're going to get Rodrigo Geronimo.